Hey everyone, Bobby here for OddsJam. Just wanted to go over the highly anticipated Thursday night football matchup. You got the Packers at the Cardinals. Should be a good one. I was really looking forward to it. Unfortunately, though, for the Packers, you have that big news coming down on Monday. Devontae Adams will not be able to go. He has been added to the COVID list. More bad news coming down on Tuesday. Alan Lazard also added to the COVID list as a close contact. So definitely not the way Matt LaFleur, Aaron Rodgers, and the Packers wanted to start the week. They were able to activate Malik Taylor off of the COVID list, bring them up to 4 active wide receivers right now. We'll also monitor Marquez Valdez-Scantling. He's been on the IR with a hamstring injury. All indications are that they're hopeful he'll be able to go, but even if he's able to go, you wonder how effective he'll be coming back from a hamstring injury and off of the IR. So definitely some big line implications. You had the Cardinals hovering right around minus 3.5. Then news came down Monday, big spike down to -6. Then ultimately we're hovering right around 6.5. Total definitely took a hit as well. The highest I saw pre-Adams news, we're looking at 53.5. Now we're holding steady right around 50.5. So big implications on the line, also on the field. When two of your big guys go down, kind of had two schools of thoughts on that. Do you have the next man up theory where everyone plays better? They go into the house of a 7-0 team and play inspired football? Or does the news crush a team that has a short week, again, has to go into the house of a 7-0 team? Packers have some good leadership, but you wonder how this will affect them. So let's jump into OddsJam, see if we can't find some value on some of these picks. Was looking around all day, after the news, trying to find some good EV plays, good value plays that we can sneak in there, even with the news. I know a lot of the player props are down for the Packers, especially, but definitely still some good value there, I think. So let's jump into it. Right off the bat, let's jump into the point spread. Don't see a lot of value here. With the sharps not coming in yet, holding off probably until last minute, you really don't see any EV plays that are much different than the OddsJam Perfect Line. So I don't really love the total. I wouldn't touch it right now, just because of the news and seeing where the line will ultimately fall after some of the sharps make their plays. Public, I'm sure, has been hammering the Cardinals, so line's a little out of whack now with all the news. Everyone catching up. Again, no good value really in the range that deviates from the OddsJam Perfect Line. So right off the bat, I'm probably not going to bet the spread on this game. However, if we jump into the points, where I really see some value is the alternate line above the new total. So, as I mentioned, we were right around 53, jumped down a little bit or to 50.5. So, again, once we're in this range, not a lot of EV plays that are different from the OddsJam Perfect Line. However, if you still think some points are going to be scored, which in fact I do, you may be able to get some value here on DraftKings that's a little bit higher than the OddsJam Perfect Line. So I'm actually going to add that to my plays for the week. So going to go into the alternate line here on DraftKings. We are going to look at over 53.5. Let me just double check that here. Yep, over 53. I like the value there. I still think some points are going to be scored. You have the Cardinals firing on all cylinders. They may get out to an early start, which just means Aaron Rodgers just going to have to open up, kind of play fast. I think this will be kind of a fast-paced game. If I was the Cardinals, I would make it a fast-paced game just because, the Cardinals are going to be playing fast. Packers are going to have to keep up, and you wonder if they can keep up without two of their big threat wide receivers. So I still like the over. I still think the Cardinals are really going to try to put up some points and speed this game up, see if the Packers can compete. So add that to my DraftKings line. All right. Another line I was looking at, again, jumping into Fanduel here. So, an anytime touchdown scorer. I'm looking at Equanimeous St. Brown, kind of a wild name. I was watching the Packers game last week. He had a really good touchdown catch. It got called back actually because of a pretty ticky-tack OPI call, which was unfortunate for ESB there. But from what I could tell, just from watching the Packers over the last few weeks, I think Aaron Rodgers is trusting him a little bit more, and he's really going to have to trust him this week if, like I said, they want to keep up with the Cardinals in that high flying offense. So I'm going to add Equanimeous St. Brown as a plus 200 as an anytime touchdown scorer. Um, Again, looking through the OddsJam site here, because the line's a little out of whack, everyone seems to be playing catch up. I don't see a ton of positive EV plays that are, great value above the OddsJam Perfect Line. Um, some of the rushing touchdowns, but some of those aren't available on the onshore books, and right now I'm onshore using FanDuel and DraftKings. So um, the big EV play that I see definitely is the alt line, alt total points, 50, 53. So I think you get some value there, if the Cardinals keep up their high flying offense. So those are my EV plays for the day. Last but not least, I'm going to jump into something that I've loved doing over the last couple of years. With the new sports betting rules and building same game parlays. Something that I've done often over the past couple of years that have really worked for me, especially during football season. A lot to choose from, and so the one that I had built out, again, kind of sticking with the fact that I think the Cardinals are going to handle this game pretty well. They should route. I'm not saying two touchdowns, but I think it'll be a comfortable game for the Cardinals. So sticking with that theme and the fact that I think the Cardinals are going to put up some points, the first piece I'm going to put in my same game parlay is a double result. So let's go to same game parlay, and I'm using FanDuel Sportsbook on shore here. All right. So I do want to add a double result. Um, like I said, I just think the Cardinals really going to handle this, kind of be in the driver's seat from the beginning. So I'm going to add Arizona Cardinals double result based on the score at halftime and the end of regulation. So really like that play, minus 135, not a ton of value, but we'll package that in with a couple other things. I'm actually going to remove ESB as an anytime touchdown score from this same game parlay for a second. Next leg of the parlay that I wanted to add was home team over 28.5. As I mentioned, I'm kind of committed to a lot of points being scored, and honestly, I think they're all going to come from the Cardinals. Their offense is clicking on all cylinders right now. I don't see a reason for them to stop unless the defense, really plays some inspired football with Devontae Adams out. But love the over 28.5. Actually found something interesting here. If you look at the home team total points, away team total points, there's a difference of 7, even though we're looking at, a minus 6.5 line. Kind of tells you that, odds makers really think that this will be an Arizona Cardinals win. They'll be in the driver's seat. Last play I have here as part of my same game parlay, going to add the Kyler Murray over rushing yards. I think he'll get some kind of easy plays. You wonder if the defense will be kind of pressing, trying to force Kyler to make a mistake, which he often does not, and often he's able to slip away from defenses that are putting pressure on him. Also, definitely some big relief for Kyler that they were able to add Zach Ertz as a weapon. He's been great for them last week, and that'll really take away some defensive resources that could be used to stop Kyler, to spy on him. They'll now have to worry about Zach Ertz running routes and being a legitimate threat out of the tight end position, which Kyler Murray hasn't often had. So I think seeing him with a legitimate tight end threat would mean that he'll have more rushing opportunities. So I'm going to add Kyler Murray rushing yards over 25.5. So all minus plays, but I think these are all solid plays. And when combined, we're looking all the way at 281. So I'm going to put a few units down on that as a plus play, $50. So let's make that bet there. Total payout will be 190 with a wager of $50. And let me jump back in and grab that Equanimeous St. Brown anytime touchdown scorer while I'm here. Again, plus 200. You'll find out I love the plus plays. I think there's some really good value there to be had, especially in a game like this. If you don't love the line, no value on the money line. So, going to put a few units down on that. We're going to win 150 there, hopefully with a $75 wager. So, plus 200 there. All right. Let's go back to DraftKings since we talked about that over 53, a positive EV play there. Let's put a few units down on that plus 140. Like I said, I love points being scored in this game. Again, a few units down. We're going to bet 50 to win 120 on a plus play. And there you go. When it comes to plus plays, I don't love, kind of going too high on units, because kind of you're looking at quantity over quality sometimes. Still, I think all quality bets, but, you know, because you're doing more of them and hopefully hitting on them, I kind of lower my amount of units played. So all positive bets there for you. And yeah, should be a good game on Thursday. Really looking forward to it. We don't often get a 6-1 versus 7-0, even though Devontae Adams is out. So let's cherish it while we can. And good luck this week, guys.